What's going on, Colts Nation? I'm Lawrence Owen. This is Colts Law, and this is another Indianapolis Colts film room breakdown. This time, Lou Anarumo and the new look Indianapolis Colts defense. Let's take a look at how this defense looked against the Miami Dolphins, why they played so well. And by the way, if you are watching this and you're not subscribed, please smash that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tag that notification bell so that you are notified next time we go live. And now, let's talk about this. Let's get to it. All right, so this first clip is going to be a second. I need to install this because it's not really a big play. All right, it's not a sack or an interception or a stuffed run or something. No. This is a simple everyday play, something that, let's be fair here. Last year, the Indianapolis Colts had a stigma about, all right, and that was missing tackles. All right, the Colts had a terrible missed tackle percentage. As a team, they were 11.6% missed tackles. It was awful, okay? Now we got a new defensive coordinator, Lou Anarumo. We got new secondary. We got new players. And we got some older players that are trying to shake that stigma from last year. Let's take a look at this play. This is early on. I think it's the third play of the game. Let's watch what happens. All right, so he steps back, got a couple options. Nice little quick pass, picks up about 5 yards or so, whatever. So we're going to stop this. I want to show you something. There you go. Keep an eye on number 44, Xavien Franklin. He's one of those players, obviously, that had that stigma from last year, and he was very defensive about it at first. And then as the season wore on, he started to realize that, maybe fans and other people had a reason for saying what he did, because he's like, well, we got a lot of tackles. Well, yeah, you got a lot of tackles. It's because you're missing tackles, and it keeps the other team on the field, which allows you to have more tackles, rather than getting them off the field. You're missing those third down tackles. Now, keep an eye on Xavien. He's over here directing traffic with the defense, as you can see right there. Now, ball snap, tied in. He's locked in, right? He's like, ooh, there's a tied in. But look, watch Tua. He's looking at Tua. Tua cocks back. He's like, oh, that's not coming to me. Now, it looks like he does slip a little bit, but watch how quickly he recovers. And look at that. Oh, my. He came at him with open arms. He's like, I love you. Let me take you down. Literally 0 yards after the catch. That is Tyreek Hill, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't make this tackle, he could be gone. But he wraps him up and brings him straight down. That's how you shake a stigma, ladies and gentlemen. That's the kind of stuff that I want to see. No more shoulder tackles trying to make a big hit impact thing. I want to see wrap-ups bring them to the ground. And that's exactly what we saw here. And that's what I'm extremely happy to see. And I hope we continue to see the rest of this NFL season. Now on this next play, I want to say, first off, when the starters are on the field for the Indianapolis Colts defense, they play some very, very good football. All right. Now, this is the starting unit. This is the play right afterwards. Again, this is a team sport. The entire front seven is important right here on this play. Let's watch it. Ball snap, handoff. It was a wham block. Didn't get very far, did it? Oh, my. Now, as you see, there's immediately double team on the D tackles. We got a wham block coming out here on the edge. Okay? We got a wham block coming around to hit Leatu Latu. Oh, Kwity Paye. Someone forgot Kwity was out here. Look at this. He comes up, fakes the block. Kwity crashes down the line. Look right here. I want to point out Xavien Franklin. Again, I got to point out Xavien Franklin because this is impressive by him. The ball is snapped. All right. Watch what he does immediately. He immediately begins to move around the two double teams, around to where the hole could be. Because Kwity Paye's coming down this way, Zaire's coming in. Both linebackers crashing in. He's wanting to cut back. He's wanting to cut back. Quiddy's not allowing it. This is a great job. I don't even know if he gets very far, even if he does, because look how quickly Zaire gets around the double team block. And what's funny is, look at this. You got Dolphins falling down. You got 4 Dolphins blocking 2 Colts. And our defensive line, defensive tackles, Grover Stewart, DeForest Buckner, are men among boys when it comes to that. But this is a great tackle for loss. Bam, bam, bam. Just everybody shows up. Even Latu went low. Even Latu went low below the wham block, as you can see, like he's supposed to. Goes down underneath and dives forward, trying to get in there. This is just great front run defense. Very good. Love to see it. I'm just showing this because, you know, it's Cam Bynum interception. Okay? And this has been played over and over and over and over. Okay? And there's nothing I can break down more than what other people broke it down. But I'm going to throw it in here anyhow, just because he put himself in that position. All right? People say sometimes interceptions are lucky. You create your own luck by putting yourself in the right place. And the fact of the matter was, he was playing that free safety spot to the point that you're supposed to. Behind the player, right? Behind the play. And if it's an overthrow, you get it. If it's not, you make the tackle. And that's exactly what he did. And that's what we want to see from our Indianapolis Colts safeties. Especially him in that free safety position. It's just a really good play. All right? And that's what we come to expect. That's what we want to expect from our free safeties that we did not see last year. Sometimes timing is everything when it comes to a play call. And I'm going to tell you right now, the play that was called on this particular down couldn't have been timed better. All right? Because, well, let's just watch. Let's just watch, and then I'll explain. Boom. Now, the reason I say that, and we all remember this, strip sack, beautiful blitz coming in, right? Kenny Moore. And I'm telling you, I want to see more of that because Kenny is so good at blitzing in, right off the edge. But watch. Keep an eye right here. In motion. Watch. Now, normally, this is Kenny Moore's guy. All right? If Kenny is not there right now to make that hit, that throw's coming out right now. Because, look, inside of the hash marks, that may or may not be a touchdown, but that is definitely a catch. That is a big, big play. And instead of a big, because there's plenty of room there to hum that ball right down the middle, dead center of the field, that would have been a monster play. But because we had that corner blitz called by Lou Anarumo, and Kenny Moore got in there so fast to disrupt the rhythm of this pass, we got a forced fumble and a fumble recovery instead. Whew. That is beautiful timing and some serious heads up right there by Xavien Howard to recover the fumble. But that's what you want to see. Good timing. It's like he knew that they were going to take a shot. They were going to have a play that was going to have a shot right down the middle of the field. And timing is absolutely everything. Sometimes the best defense is just a really good rock bottom. All right? I don't know if I have any WWE fans in here, but I'm going to tell you what. Sometimes it's just a really good rock bottom. And sometimes you just need a really good defensive tackle to execute that. Keep an eye on this play right. Look, Grover Stewart doesn't get enough credit. All right, watch. He just manhandles him all the way back. Boom. One arm. Rock bottom. That ball's nowhere to be had. All right. Disrupted everything. That is absolutely gorgeous. All right. He just one arm rock bottomed him. Yep. But the thing is, that could have been an interception. Bynum could have had his second pick of the day. And he dropped it. He dropped it. Oh, my goodness. This could have been even bigger. To me, this is a monster play anyhow. All right? Because that play right there, that rattles that completely rattles an already shaken quarterback because he's had a bad day already. But to be lit up like that on his release and then nearly intercepted, that just completely rattles and shakes up a quarterback. All right. And Bynum, again, in the right spot at the right time to make the right play. This defense is performing and executing correctly as opposed to what we saw last year. This is what I'm liking. All right, I already showed a Grover Stewart. Now I gotta show a DeForest Buckner beating his man, right? Let's watch the play. Defoe right here. As a matter of fact, keep an eye on the entire left side over here. This is freaking gorgeous. Nah. I'm not even sure that Defoe even needed to be there because the entire defensive line was behind. Look at that. Watch this. Watch how... First off, double team on Grover. And you notice immediately he knew it was coming and he braced for it to hold. Right? Defoe, the snap just happened and he's already split the inside of the center. And oh my gosh. Boom! Stewart ain't moving. He's still on his spot. Defoe's upright. It's over. It's over. Bam. Wraps him up. And look, Quiddy's in his spot. Look, Grover. He's in his... He defeated his double team. It's a line collapse. Ladies and gentlemen, our defensive line, our starting defensive line, is for real. Whoo! Unapologetically send blitzes when you need to. Send them from places you don't expect them. I said in my breakdown I didn't want to see a single safety blitz. Not a single one. Well, when you've already got a quarterback rattled, then I don't have a problem with it. If he was in his flow, I wouldn't want it. Let's watch the play. They were not expecting that. They were not expecting that. Plus, it was just rattle. All right, so let's watch Cross coming off the edge here. Now, at this point, where does he throw the football to? Ladies and gentlemen, where does he throw the football to? I mean, he's not even looking for the ball, so if he throws it out here, that's probably picked off. You got covered here. Covered. You got a dump off right here. That's probably going to be tackle for loss, right? He had nowhere to go with the football at that point. This was, again, beautifully called, perfectly timed, and executed fantastically. Nick Cross getting himself his first sack of the year. Great job, man. Absolutely fantastic job. And watch how he times this. Watch. He just walks up, bam, boom. He didn't even know he was there. All right. Look at this. He's getting ready to hike the ball. He's looking straight there, not even looking at his blind side. Doesn't even, and he's looking immediately to his left. Never saw it coming. Never saw it coming. Now, with other quarterbacks, you know, that tend to look to their right, maybe you send it on the right side. But against him, he's a left-handed quarterback. He's going to look to his left more often to initiate. You study quarterbacks. Look to where they generally go for their first read. When you send a blitz, you send it the opposite direction. That was beautiful and well executed by Cross. Very well. So from my last clip, as I say, I generally don't show everything good. Okay? There's always something that a team can improve on. And we need to get better pressure when our backup defensive line is in, because we rotate guys like crazy. And as you can see, every one of these guys are the backups. All right? Every single one of them, backup defensive line. Let's watch the play. All right. And here we go. There's a snap. Dude, he's had the ball far too long. What a clean pocket, man. You cannot allow him to have that kind of time to just go through his reads. He's already on his third read, ladies and gentlemen. He's on his third read already. All right? You got to get some kind of pressure. If we had a starting defensive line in, he'd have already been hit or flushed out of the pocket. Instead, he gets to have all day comfortability, throw the ball right in front of the safety, pick up a monster yard, and first downs. We need our second defensive line unit to perform better. Or just don't have all four guys as second, the backups, all four of them in at the same time. All right? That's what I would say. Keep a DeForest Buckner in, give Grover Stewart a break. Or give Kwity Paye a break, but keep, Grover Stewart in. Something. I would say, legitimately, pull two out at a time. All right? And flow with it. That way you still have good to elite guys on the defensive line to compensate your secondary guys, as opposed to, just going from, a solid 88 defensive line to dropping to like a 72, okay? I don't want to see that. And if you guys on the defense, if you're watching this and you think, me calling the backups as a 72 overall on that defensive line, you think that's bad, then perform better, okay? That's all I got to say about that. But right now, we've noticed whenever the entire defensive line is out, we get ran on a lot better. We give up too much rushing yards, and we don't get enough pressure. So Lou Anarumo, in my opinion, needs to recognize that from this game and not do entire defensive line rotations at the same time. That's all I've really got as a negative to say about this. But hey, it is what it is. Guys, I love the fact that you guys are here watching this. Please, thank you so much. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tag that notification bell so that you are notified next time I go live or upload a video. And please, if you have the ability, you can share this to any of your social medias, man. I would help get the word out. I appreciate it. I'm going to get these videos out a lot more, and come check me out. And until next time, I'm Lawrence Owen. This is Colts Law. This was another Film Room Breakdown. And as usual, have a good one.